Unless you've been living under a rock, AI agents are coming for everything. And as business owners and people looking for work, I just wanted to start talking about what you guys should be looking for and how you guys should be thinking about this and how I'm thinking about it. Right now, this AI agent thing is becoming more and more popular. And if you don't know what it is, an AI agent is an AI that will pretty much take on a role or responsibility and do that role 24/7. And what that means is right now you can use an LLM to like prompt and ask questions and things will happen. But you have to prompt it and you have to keep prompting it. But an AI agent doesn't need to be continuously prompt. It's like it creates one prompt and it just keeps doing that thing. And then AI agents can work together to do multiple things, just like people do in businesses. And this is where it affects business. And one of the things they always say in business is you want to figure out how to put yourself out of business. Because if you can figure out that thing that somebody else would possibly do to take you out of business and do it for your business, you're more likely to survive. And the problem I'm seeing is most business owners don't even understand what's going on with this AI agent thing. And as a person, I'm building an AI agent, but in a different mindset. Like when I first thought about it, I didn't really realize these that I was creating an AI agent. Um, so as I, you know, grapple with that and figure it out, I'm realizing almost everything is going to be an AI agent. Like anything that a business does, anything inside a business that helps that business do what it does will end up being AI agents. So when we think about business longevity, right, you have to hope that what you do as a business, somebody else doesn't create an AI agent that does it for cheaper. And or you need to create the AI agent that does what your business does for cheaper or for the same price, but you always have the ability to scale using the AI agent. And I'm just looking at the landscape of 2025 and I'm saying, okay, everybody's talking about AI agents in the tech space. Not everywhere they're talking about it, but in the tech space, we're seeing how the amount of people working on this in different cool ways is growing. So when I think about businesses and I'm saying, okay, what type of content should I create to help educate business owners in innovation? AI agents. So how I would start and look at this is say, okay, what does my business really, what problem does my business really solve for people? And if a company created an AI agent to replace what we do, what would they do? What would they literally do down to the pricing to take more market share of our type of business? So again, I'm thinking about this in myself, but I'm also thinking about just the overall landscape of everything and how we're heading into this weird time. I deal with pretty rich people who use my app, and I'm starting to ask them like what they think is going to happen in the next year. And the richer the person, the more excited they are about the next year. But I also, because my app works with different range of people, business owners, high net worth individuals, people 9 to 5 jobs, worried about their jobs. People who are not as rich are hopeful but worried because what I've seen a lot is a lot of people have been losing their jobs. And I think it's connected to this AI agent thing, right? What's happening now is these businesses are saying, okay, if this is here, one, of course, overall interest rates are not where the economy wants them to be. So they're trying to make it so businesses lay people off. Like literally, if you follow macroeconomics, which you should if you're a business owner, you see that the interest rates are going to a point, they're trying to get them to a point where businesses have to lay people off. And you're starting to see it. But at the same time, there's this AI agent movement where a lot of these businesses are saying, okay, if I lay people off, do I need them back? Will I need them back? Can I create AI agents that will replace them? So I've seen articles and different content around one business, I think it's called Klarna or something like that, where they are a customer service company, and they replaced like 90% of their customer service reps using AI agents because think about what that means, right? Again, it's the whole AI fear. Like you don't have a person that gets sick, calls out, has kids that get sick that they need to call out for, just mental health days, all these different things that business owners have to deal with. Most business owners, if they can replace a person with an AI agent, they're going to do it. It's part of capitalism, right? If my competitor's doing it and I'm not doing it, I might not be able to compete. Because if we're charging X amount for our service, and now this other business can charge 10 times less because it doesn't have as many people, what do you expect businesses to do? So I'm talking about this because I want people to start thinking, okay, if I'm a business owner, what can I do to take advantage of this and not be left behind by it? But then if I'm a person looking for work, what type of work should I make sure I'm in I know and I can get working. And I think like if you're looking for work, you need to start studying AI agents because I think everything is going to be connected somehow to an AI agent. And if you understand any part of building, maintaining those things, you will be in demand. And I don't know how soon this happens, but it's already kind of happening. Like if you came to me today and said, I know how to build AI agents, I have to take your interest in my company serious. As a business owner, or like if you were a business coming to me, or if you were an individual coming to me. Any business anywhere in the world has to take you serious as a business owner if you're a business or if you're a person that's looking for work. So that automatically makes me think if I was starting today looking for work, I'd be figuring out how to create and maintain AI agents. And how this affects the macro world is very important because when you think about what's happening right now, asset prices everywhere have been going up for a while. And the way the rich get richer is they buy assets. I just posted something on Instagram where it said 53% of millionaires, no, no, forget, let me look it up. I think it's like 50% of millionaires have stock and 4% of middle class have stock. And the reason the people who are rich is because they have stock. And stock is one asset class. There's also real estate, there's also crypto. These are assets. So when you hear people owning or that are rich or worth millions of dollars, it's not because they have millions of dollars sitting in their bank account. It's because they have millions of dollars of assets. So now, how does assets connect back to the AI agent thing? If you don't make money, you can't buy assets. And if you have assets and you're not making money, you probably have to sell those assets to pay your bills. And who are you selling those assets to? Most likely business owners or people that still have a job that makes good money. So the more AI agents takes those good jobs, it's gonna be less people that can buy these assets. So this is why it scares me, and I do think 2025 could be a year of assets going down in value. Of course, that's always possible, but because of the interest rates growing, I mean going down in the last year, that usually triggers assets coming down in value. So we're in this moment where jobs not that great, asset prices going down, not many jobs. So how are you going to make money to buy assets in this moment? Most business owners, this is when they take advantage of buying assets because they can, right? Like their businesses are generating revenue, so they put that money into buying assets at a cheaper price. So, and then when the prices come up, they have more wealth. But a regular person, they're really not in that position. And then I just think about all the different assets because last time this happened, I was on a beach thinking, what am I gonna do? I had a business. I had a opportunity to buy real estate, to buy crypto, to buy stocks. I chose to buy the safe bet, real estate, because I thought real estate is the safest out of everything. It's the most tried and true. At least that's when I first started understanding real estate. I mean, investing. That's what everybody said. Real estate is the safe route. So at that moment, I had the choice to spend a certain amount of money on stocks, real estate, or crypto. And I was researching all three. Stocks, I felt like was really hard to pick the right stock. And, I didn't really know enough to just say put it in the S&P 500 back then. I didn't study stocks as much. Real estate gave me this multiple of there was the value of the property can grow, the rental income because I was going to Airbnb it right by the beach. That could give me cash flow and the property value can grow. So that's a good place to put your money to grow it. That's what I was thinking. At that moment, Bitcoin was $5,000. Ethereum was like $300, something like that. Or less, forget, something like that. So I had this property I could buy, Bitcoin, Ethereum, S&P 500. That's how I thought of the assets. So I looked and I said, okay, the safest thing to do is real estate. So I bought the property. I always kept thinking though, I should have did the crypto. I believed in crypto. I was really convicted in crypto. I just wanted to do the safest thing with the money. So fast forward, of course, now Bitcoin is 100,000, Ethereum is $3,500, and the property doubled in value, and the S&P has been up, but I know it hasn't been up more than crypto. I'm guessing it did do more than double in value since then. So in hindsight, it was better to do the crypto, right? Of course. That now in hindsight is 2020. So if we go into this next time, which literally is 4 years ago, 4 years ago, so the cycle was just starting. I literally was purchasing the property. COVID was hitting, right? So it was like crazy. Like I think Donald Trump was coming into office. It's a whole like pretty exact. So no, no, actually Biden. Um, so I I look at this moment and I say, okay, it's kind of a do-over and a potential opportunity to explain what people could be doing. And again, not financial advice at all. I'm just giving you what happened. Um, so okay, I buy the property. What I wish I could have done back then, which I didn't, I knew it was possible, but I was scared to do it, is I wish I would have put the money into Bitcoin and Ethereum, borrowed to buy the property. What would have happened then? I would have had bought Bitcoin at $5,000, Ethereum at $3,000. Now it's 100,000. So that's a what, 20x on my money at least. Um, I think Ethereum was lower than $300 because it was more than a 10x. Um, so let's say 20x my money. So let's say I would have bought the property for 100K. I could have put 150K, borrowed 100, bought the property. That 150K would have 20x'd. It's like $3 million. Still had the property would have doubled. So that's a hindsight. If I could go back and do it over, that's what I would do. S&P 500, I couldn't borrow as much. So I would have had to put 200,000, borrow the 100,000 to buy the property. So I would have needed more money to do this with the S&P 500. Also, the S&P 500 didn't 20x, right? So I would have had a smaller gain on the money. So this is what led me to sell my property last year and move it into crypto, getting positioned for this moment again. But that's why I'm creating this content because I think as business owners, we have to be thinking about the money we're making, what can we do with it to create more wealth? Because we don't know what's going to happen as these AI agents keep growing in numbers. Also, as regular people, we don't know. We don't know what jobs are going to be like unless you create AI agents, and not many people do right now. And then if you look at real estate, like look what's happening in LA right now as I record this, there's fires going on in LA or in California. I'm not sure exactly LA. Houses are being burned. Like climate change is affecting real estate. My property that I had next to the ocean got flooded 3 times while I had it. It wasn't even because of the ocean though. It was because of the surrounding properties being built and without the proper drainage in like a third world country like Dominican Republic, I got flooded 3 times. And when I sold it, it flooded again right after I sold it. So global warming is affecting real estate. Where would you buy real estate? Like another hot spot was Florida, but now if you buy in Florida, they're not even giving you insurance on your real estate because they don't want to deal with the hurricanes and all those claims. So as you think about the money you're creating and you're generating in the next year and where you want to put it to sustain your financial health, where are you thinking? Where are you thinking? Because again, I want put it in the comments because I definitely want more to think about. But like I said, hindsight, if I go back 3, 4 years, 4 years ago, what would I have done different? I would have put the money in Bitcoin, Ethereum, and borrowed to buy the property. And now, because I have a way of protecting liquidation, is much more viable because before when the prices fell, I could have got liquidated. I would have still had the property, but I would have had less Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now, because I can protect liquidations using my app stack, I'm okay doing that. So now that's another thing I think about. Even if I did go back 4 years ago, I couldn't do this anyway safely. I probably could have because I knew enough about the system to do it by hand. But hindsight is 2020. What I'm trying to do is give you hindsight in 2025, right? So the idea is what can you do to generate as much revenue as possible during the next year? I think that's thinking about how AI agents affect your business or you as a person that's looking for a job. Study it. What I always tell people is learn one thing a day. Learn one thing a day as a business owner or a person that wants to be hired to do this. You learn one thing a day in a year, you know 365 things. You're way ahead of most other people. Most people do not learn one thing a month. They're not gonna learn one thing a day. So it just gives you bite-sized chunks. Because I know a lot of people are like, oh, that's crazy. I don't even want to, I got no time for this. You just learn one part of AI agents a day. I'm not telling you to code them. I'm not telling you to, um, put $100,000 to make. I'm not telling you. I'm telling you, just start studying it. Look it up. If you don't even know what it is, YouTube it, ChatGPT it, X, Twitter X is a good place to learn about them. Just start learning. You just gotta read an article, see what other people are doing, one a day. Eventually, you might want to get to the point where you say, okay, now I'm gonna try to do something with this, and that's where if you want a job, you should definitely try, right? So, you should be trying one thing a day, learn to do something a day. As of course, as a business owner as well, like I've been playing with it as well. I created a phone service so people can call and learn about Stack by just dialing a number. And by doing that, people can talk to an AI agent and I'll give you the number right now if you want to call it and learn. It is 781-782-2548. If you call, there's an AI agent operator that will answer your questions about Stack. That will cost me a person sitting at an office or sitting on a phone that line that they call and they have to answer. I have this thing running all day, every day for like less than $10 a month, right? So think about that. That is a job. That used to be a job, and of course, not everybody can afford. As a business at this point, we can't afford to have a person just on a phone line all day. But now, because of an AI agent that I built myself, playing around with different things, um, I was able to do it. And if you want to know how to do that, if you want me to show you how to do that, put it in the comments too. But you can find it many places. I found it on YouTube. I'm not creating these tutorials. I find them and I test them. I try them, just like I'm telling you to do. So what I would tell you right now is take AI agents serious as a business owner or as an individual looking for work, and get in there, start learning, start doing, because I think that's going to shape the business landscape. And then with the current money you're making, start looking at asset classes, start the process. Because again, I'm in my second phase of this. Like I did the first phase where I did the real estate. I figured out it wasn't for me, but there's other people that it is for them and they're doing well with it. So just personally, my style of living, I just didn't like that asset. And it wasn't an asset I used for anything other than making money. And there were other ways to make money with that money. If it was a property that I would go to every month, it's not really an investment. So again, it's different strategies what you do with your money. And you want to make money to be able to do these strategies. But I would tell you, start figuring this out now, because as this stuff heats up, property values go down, asset values go down, you want to be ready to pounce, but you don't want to be starting to do research then. So that's what I think everybody should be doing right now. And if you have any questions, reach out to me anywhere. I'm everywhere. And hopefully we all make it out of 2025 better than we did coming in.